Okay, so I had a message. I had about a couple, but then I was like, okay, I'm not feeling it. Every time I'm doing the video, if I don't feel it, then I know it's not meant to be because it's just something you feel. So I was like, okay, what do I feel? Like, what are you gonna have me to say? So I actually got to Proverbs 27, and I'm just gonna read it, stop, explain, read, stop, explain. And I'm learning along the way, but it's better to do it together. Okay, Proverbs 27. Never boost about tomorrow. You don't know what will happen between now and then. So that's why people will say, God willingly, we can do it tomorrow or next week. This one. Let other people praise you, even strangers. Never do it yourself. If someone has to tell you 100 times that they're real, are they really real? Just saying. The weight of stone and sand is nothing compared to the trouble that stupidity can cause. Okay, let me tell you something. I stepped out of line a couple weeks ago and I was so out of my element, and the way I acted was so foolishness. I was like, what happened? Like, what? I stepped out of line. So God was like, oh, okay, you want to take matters into your own hand? Well, I'm gonna watch you look like I'm going to act like a fool in front of everybody. Anger is cruel and destructive, but is nothing compared to jealousy. Jealousy is the ugliest trait. I've always been told it's not good to be jealous. We should all win. We're all hurt. We're all going through something. We should always be happy to see the next one winning, right? And anger is cruel and destructive. Like, what's the point of getting mad? It's very destructive. And jealousy is very destructive. I've just lived through this. And it was horrible. People would have been like, but we've all done it. Better to correct someone openly than to think that they don't care for him at all. To let them think that you don't care. So my mom has this thing where she's pretty blunt and she tells you how she feels, but there's some sincerity in it. Like, the reason why she does is because she cares, and she'll question, because you don't have questions, you don't have answers, can't really just go with everything. So people do care, and they genuinely care. Some don't, but some do. When you are full, you will refuse honey. But when you are hungry, even bitter food tastes sweet. Okay. To me, this makes me feel like, be grateful for what you have. God will supply all your needs. Don't ever listen to the devil, make him think that you need more, because God supplies all your needs. And that actually reminds me of Lady Folly. She said stolen sweet is better than honey, or something like that. Something stolen is better than so. And like I said, I kind of went through a stage of something like this and had characters and people, and I understand like how um why I got led to this. But be wise, my child, and I'll be happy. I will have an answer to anyone who criticizes me. Sensible people will see trouble coming and avoid it, but an unthinking person will walk right into it and regret it later. Yes. Any people stupid enough to promise to be responsible for a stranger's debts deserve to have their own property held to guarantee payment. Don't put nothing in your name. You might as well curse your friends as wake them up early in the morning with a loud greeting. Well, dang, I didn't know that. And my husband would love this because he has been complaining about someone messaging him real early in the morning. And I was like, well, maybe they think about you early in the morning. I actually do it. I had to stop though because I know my mom didn't like it. She was the only person I text early in the morning. But I will let him know that it does say that. A nagging wife is like water going drip, drip, drip on a rainy day. How can you keep her quiet? Have you ever tried to stop the wind or ever tried to hold a handful of oil? I will take that in consideration. I'm not really naggy, but every wife should know. Take care of a fig tree, and you will have figs to eat. Servants who take care of their master will be honored. I don't know. Human desires are like the world of the dead. There's always room for more. Ugh. Fire tests gold and silver. A person's reputation can also be tested. And you can always redeem your reputation. Even if you beat fools half to death, you still can't beat their foolishness out of them. Damn. Ugh. I don't want to be a fool. This is why I turn to the word, because I'm like, it's so easy to be caught up in this world. It is so easy to get in this world because it's the world. I mean, the whole world. So it's easy to fall victim to these things and not realize. And laughing, honestly, if I even chuckled, I really shouldn't, because there's nothing to it's not funny really, because there's so many. I laugh because I get back right, but there's so many people that live in this world that don't understand how evil they are and how evil the world is and how foolish we all can look at times. Look after your sheep and cattle as carefully as you can, because wealth is not permanent. Even nations last forever. Not even nations last forever. You cut the hay and then cut the grass on the hill while the next crop hay is growing. You can make clothes from the wool of your sheep and buy land with the money you get for selling some of your goats. Okay. The wicked will run when no one is chasing them. That's weird. But a nation will be strong and endure when it has intelligent, sensible leaders. Someone in authority who oppresses poor people is like a driving rain that destroys the crops. Evil people do not know what justice is, but those who worship the Lord understand it well. Better to be poor and honest than rich and dishonest. Young people who obey the law are intelligent. Those who make friends with good-for-nothings are a disgrace to their parents. If you do not obey the law, God will find your prayers too hateful to hear. If you trick an honest person into doing evil, you will fall into your own trap. The innocent will be well rewarded. I mean, why would you not want to read this? Selfishness only causes trouble. You are much better off to trust the Lord. He's right. It is foolish to follow your own opinions. Be safe and follow the teachings of wiser people. Give to the poor and you'll never be in need. If you close your eyes to the poor, many people will curse you. People stay in hiding when the wicked come to power, but when they fall from power, the righteous will rule again. If you get more stubborn every time you are corrected, one day you'll be crushed and never recover. I'm just like, there is more hope for a stupid fool than for someone who speaks without thinking. If you give your servants everything they want from childhood, someday they will take over everything you own. Wow, like the children. People with quick tempers cause a lot of quarreling and trouble. It's not good to get mad fast. Discipline your children. You can always be proud of them. They will never give you reason to be ashamed. You cannot correct servants by talking to them. They may understand you, but they will not pay no attention. Okay, so that's just out of the book of Proverbs. Just talking about it. I don't know if I'm going to upload this or not, because anyone could have just did what I just did. But I did it. I said it. So